I would like to add that if you are ready to be offended and make changes in your life that are going to impact you positively so you can attract success in love, life, and happiness, then you are in the right place. Please do not take anything that I say personally. This information is universal. You would not believe how many people are in the same predicaments. So remember, this is not personal, it's universal. I love you all. Now listen in. Hey, it's the unique Shanique. I must say, my least favorite clients to work with are undiagnosed narcissists. And the most interesting clients to work with are undiagnosed narcissists. The problem that I see in the coaching industry, therapy industry, counseling industry, psychology industry, as an outsider observing and analyzing as I do and as an intuitive, the biggest problem I see is that barely anyone, and I'm not going to say no one because maybe there's someone out there, but barely anyone is addressing narcissists. Barely anyone has tips and advice for narcissists. Barely anyone treats narcissists like people, but I do. And the reason I do is because I always like a challenge. I wake up in the morning to see how can I accomplish something that is difficult. That's just me personally because I'm competitive like that. I do have a masculine streak inside of me and I have to let it out some way, and this is my way, along with all the crazy action sports that I do in my life and partying, But I digress. I am obsessed with narcissists. I want to know what goes on in their minds. Not only narcissists, but I personally am obsessed with abusers. This started on my own spiritually awakening journey, my healing journey, the journey I went on of self-discovery, in which I realized how severely impacted I was by sexual abuse, by familial trauma, by parents who were dealing with their own toxic upbringings and dysfunctional families, and years of generational BS, as a minority and islander, of unconscious parents, by the way. So I studied the minds of people who abuse, the minds of people who neglect, and the minds of people who are just unself-aware. And I do this because I just want to understand, why me? That's why I started. Why me? So while a lot of people out there are trying to help the victims and they're like, this is how to avoid a narcissist. This is how you don't get in a relationship with a narcissist. This is how you dodge. Why are we dodging half of the planet? If you want to know the wealth, the grade of a planet, you have to assess its weakest link. And in this topic that we are talking about, the weakest link is the narcissist. And if we cannot help the narcissist, we can't help the victim, because that narcissist will have 50 more victims to each empath out there, because everyone swears they're the victim, they're the empath, they're the sweet one, they're the chosen one, they're the sanctified one, right? Who is going out there admitting that they have caused someone else harm? Who is going out there admitting that, okay, maybe my views are a little skewed? Who is going out there admitting, I messed up? It's not until it's either too late, or their back is against the wall, or you have people pushing their opinions on them and letting them know that, hey, dude, you're messed up. Hey, woman, you might need to go and address your issues. And this is all wrong. And this is why I have the success rate that I do. I am not judging people. I address them as people. And people are inherently flawed. Why are we inherently flawed? Because of sin. Right? It's in our bloodline to do wrong. And yet we have so many self-righteous people. Even me, but when I speak to you guys, I am speaking from the unique Shanique standpoint, which is my higher self. It is not just Shanique, who still does wrong. I'm speaking as the observer. And we each have an observer, and it's very important for us to get in touch with our observer. Our higher self, our guardian angel. This has been given to us by God. And it's important for us to get in touch with our inner God. Because if you want to find God, you seek him within. No one out there is going to help you find God the way God will help you find God. And to do that, you must go within. You must tap out to tap in and look inside so you can become self-aware and figure out, am I the narcissist in this situation, or am I the empath? Am I the victim, or am I the abuser? And it's very important to note that you aren't playing one role the whole time. You dibble and you dabble in both sides. But who is willing to admit that? Who? Is it you? I doubt it. The people I've worked with that refuse to see the flaws in their ways are hilarious. They really are. It's mind-blowing how people can truly block out the wrongs that they do. And by people, I mean we. I'm not above this, but I'm still going to do my part in analyzing and helping us all grow as people. That's for sure. And as people, this is why prayer is so important to us. We need that moment to sit and be still and to ask for redemption, to ask God to forgive our sins, the ones we know of and the ones we don't know of, to ask God to right our wrongs, to ask God to purify our hearts, to ask God to lead us in the right direction, to ask God to help us alchemize, to help us reach our higher selves, our highest potential, our best selves, our best version, so that we can attract better in our lives and attract success in love, life, and happiness. And yes, we do it. We have the power within, but that power within is our mini God. It is a piece of God. We walk with him everywhere we go. Back then, the Christians said there will come a time when you cannot go into the churches to pray and to worship. You're going to have to do it at home. There will come a time when there aren't going to be materials available for us to just pick up and read because we won't be allowed to. And when did we see that, ladies and gentlemen? We saw it during the pandemic, when people were not allowed to go and worship, but were allowed to go, to a restaurant or to a shopping store, right? And what do you see now with religious freedoms or lack thereof, right? There may become a time when you cannot openly say you are a Christian or whatever your religion is. I just identify with that. But whatever your religion is, when you cannot say that I am XYZ, because people want everyone to be one spiritual, honoring the deceased, or I don't know, praising their puppies. Who knows what the future holds? And during those times, what are you going to do? Give up your spiritual practice? No, you're going to have to go within. So why wait until that time? Practice now. You need to go within to seek God. The power is within you. The power is not you. You did not create yourself. But the power is within each and every single one of us to become self-aware, to self-heal, and to self-alchemize. Not only is the power within us, but the responsibility is on each and every single one of us to do our own diligence and work This inner work, this self-work is not play. And it's not a freaking worksheet. If one more person asks me for a worksheet or a wristband, like, come on, grow up. Grow up. Grow up. Stop wasting your valuable time on TV, scrolling, drinking, smoking, having sex, socializing. I'm not saying not to do them. I said stop wasting valuable time on those things and start incorporating wellness. Your wellness will help you to level up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically. And physically leveling up will help you level up in the other areas. Spiritually leveling up will help you level up in the other areas. Financially leveling up will help you level up in the other areas. Emotionally leveling up will help you in every single area you level up in will help you with the other ones. But nothing can happen until we all admit that we are flawed and that we all have work to do continuously. The grind don't stop. It does not stop. It keeps going. Just like the earth keeps turning. We have work to do. And part of that work is to stop looking at people as other, as them, as they. There is no them, there is no they, there is no other. We are one, we are all. It is all love. And we are not going to attract better in this world until we learn to accept the lesser halves of this world. Until we get into the minds of those who do wrong. And until those who do wrong can open up their own hearts and see that they are flawed, then nothing is going to change. I'm the unique Shanique, and I am complete.